Former Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy's here. Kevin McCarthy, when you saw that at yesterday's Black Journalist Convention, did you think he's going to lose votes because of that? Or did you think one of these things is going to blow over in a few days and it's back to the races?
Well, at first, I don't know where you're going. But when you sit and look at it, Kamala was invited too, and she didn't show. He will go anywhere. And the great thing about President Trump is he's the same person in the front that he is behind. And he'll tell it exactly how he sees it, exactly how he feels it. But I think you raised a very good point. And you raised a point last time I was here, you're saying Biden's going to flip and make Kamala the nominee. You were right then, that they were hiding through how they would do it, like the laptop. And now what we're finding is you're really seeing how she's flip-flopped all the way through. But she's been consistent on one thing. She has had a toxic work environment the entire time she's been a leader. She, in every office. And these are the most liberal people working for her said they cannot work for her.
Right, the most loyal and liberal people. That
is the one consistency she has been.
When you were in meetings with her in the White House, how did she strike you?
Well, it was interesting. She came late to a few, and the president would start without her, so it told me he didn't really worry about her.
Okay.
She interjected at a few times that you could tell she wasn't keeping up with the meeting, but she was trying to play bad cop. I remember challenging her back at it. Well, that's the position you want to be. But the thing that concerned me the most is, why didn't she bring people together when she was put in charge of the border? Why didn't she reach out? Why didn't she go to the border agents? Why didn't she go to the border? She only went one time. But why didn't she grab people on both sides of the aisle and say, come in, I'm in charge, let's see how to solve it. What ideas do you have? You know, never did she do that.
I know people, you know, that know her and that knew Joe, and they think Kamala, like, oh, kind of they roll their eyes. But now she's hot. Now everyone's Kamala, Kamala, Kamala. What was the inside scoop on her with Democrats in the House? What did they really think of her?
You know, when I would sit with Democrat members from California, they didn't like her. And they said she didn't work with them, right? Because she was the senator. I said, well, do you work with your senator? She doesn't work with me. Feinstein would back in the day. But no, she didn't work with them either. It didn't seem that the White House would ever be interested in what she had to say or what position she had to take. And, you know, even when it came down to the 4th of July, she only got invited up to the Truman balcony this year when he's about to back out. So it's very...
So that's a big honor when you get invited to the Truman balcony.
Yeah.
Everybody sees you.
Well, Hunter Biden's always there.
Hunter's always obviously.
He's rubbing his nose, but he's always
He's always there with that backpack.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. She didn't get the invite until the very last moment when...
Yeah. And the only reason she's popular now is because Biden was so unpopular. They're just so thankful he's gone. Wait until they get a few moments with her. This is a lot like 1988. Dukakis was sitting in mid-July, 17 points up, right? And then we found out he was weak on crime. He was letting Willie Horton out. Wait till you see her. She's a Soros prosecutor. She's worse. And then we found out, we saw Dukakis in that helmet, unpresidential. Think about the decisions that she's going to make in the process.
Yeah, don't put on a helmet, Kamala. You don't want to do that. Johnny, our guy on the street, actually had a very prescient observation. I probably shouldn't even tell him that. He'll get a big ego. He said when he saw the crowd at Atlanta, he said maybe these people are already going to be voting for Biden. They wouldn't have gone to a Biden rally, but they'll go to a Kamala rally because they had a rock star there and they'll show up. Is she bringing out new voters, or is she just bringing out the kind of bored Biden people who are already going to vote Democrat anyway?
This is really what Kamala always does. When she opens up in a campaign, she opens up really strong. When she ran for president, she had 40,000 people in Oakland. People said, oh my God, she's raising so much money. She was the one. She didn't even make it to Iowa. So she starts strong and then collapses. But we only have, what, 95, 96 more days? So it's a shorter campaign. But the more people get to know her, they realize that's not what they want. Remember where her polls were when people knew her as vice president. She was the most unpopular vice president, even in her own office. That's hard to do.
Yeah, the people that know her the best quit. Yes. Kevin McCarthy, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.